White is the only one who's made it through. Dan Dawson in the commentary box for this one, and Rob Malarkey, an astounded-looking Rob Malarkey.
A thick black line through the names of Brendan Dolan, Justin Pipe, Terry Jenkins, Robert Thornton, and most recently James Wade, and a scaling up of expectations for the likes of Joe Cullen, Chris Dobey, who was very, very impressive against the Thorn, James Richardson, Kevin Painter, perhaps no surprise that he beat Justin Pipe, and also Christo Reyes, who accounted for Dolan in the opening match. I, for one, have given up making any further predictions today, but I think K.Huybrechts should have just about too much for Willie O'Connor in this one. K.Huybrechts, a winner on the European Tour last year in the final event
to throw first
in Sindelfingen.
Game on.
Well, if William O'Connor plays like he did in the first round against Thomas Saylor, he gets beaten.
Yeah, 78 average. Yeah, a couple of 180s in there as well. 6-3 against Thomas Saylor.
One break of throw that was completed on double one in 25 darts. That proved to be the turning point in that match.
But let's not forget, O'Connor danced his way through to the quarterfinals in Munich last Easter. Caused a couple of upsets on the way, beating Ian White and Vincent van der Voort before losing 6-4 to Michael van Gerwen.
Yes, a game that he led 3-1 as well. So we know Willie O'Connor's got the game. He didn't produce it in the first round against Thomas Saylor, but he still got through. So he's bought himself the opportunity to claim a scalp here and book his place in the final day of action for the second year running.
That said, though, K.Huybrechts hasn't really scaled the heights this year. Lost to Dave Pallett in the first round at the World Championship. Beaten by Devon Peterson in his opening match in Venray last month.
96.
So, you know, I think we need to see the K.Huybrechts that we saw quite a lot of in Europe last year, culminating in that success in Sindelfingen in October.
60.
Yeah. Finalist in Düsseldorf, beaten by Robert Thornton as well. He won the Dutch Darts Masters a couple of years prior to that, when it was held in Veldhoven rather than its new home of Venray. It is often the European stage that K.Huybrechts saves his best for. Not his best so far in this leg.
60.
Just the 60, and
72.
William O'Connor, no real pressure as he looks to hold his throw here. 20 for tops. There's the 20.
32.
But he will be back.
Yeah, K.Huybrechts needs to just try and put some pressure on here should O'Connor slip up.
140.
And he's gone the right way about it, so no margin for error here for O'Connor with these 3 darts at double 20. I said no margin for error, Willie.
20.
Well, he moved in the right direction, but then went the other side of the wire. And K.Huybrechts has a glimmer here. Oh, he's off the wire there. That's desperately bad luck.
74.
No, he's left himself double for
20.
Will O'Connor. Give him the opportunity. No, he won't. 19 dart leg for Willie O'Connor to hold his throat.
Yeah, desperately unlucky for K.Huybrechts there. That dart bouncing out of the bullseye. Even a 25 would have given him a dart for that leg. But it's one where he never really got going in terms of scoring. William O'Connor
60.
takes an early lead. As you mentioned before, Chris Dobey is probably the standout performer of this afternoon
81.
session. He was superb in seeing off Robert Thornton.
Yeah, he was fearless, I thought. Just, you know, a player of Thornton's calibre, really illustrious opposition for Chris Dobey, but no signs of any sort of, you know, threat
42.
or certainly didn't look phased by the occasion either. Played a very patient game. Played really well, couldn't get away from Thornton because Thornton kept on hanging in there, but when the opportunity presented itself in the 10th leg, he duly took it. Thornton fluffing his lines when he was on 25. He hit the 3 by mistake, then came inside on double 11, and Dobey did the rest.
Oh, Dobey,
60.
one of the young players who are given a bit of guidance by the world champion Gary Anderson. We get to see Anderson on the way tonight.
59, give me record 164.
Seeded 12 for this weekend.
Playing Darryl Gurney again. They've got a bit of recent history, those two. Gurney beat him at the Players' Championship finals on his way to the last four.
Gary Anderson returned the favour on his way to winning his second world title at Ali Pali.
Indeed he did.
45, give me record 64.
Just the 45, so Kim Huybrechts looking at, well, it'll be 16 now. The double top.
24, give me record 155.
This had hurt. That's purely theoretical, because it's not going to be taken out by Willie O'Connor.
97, give me record 40.
Well, O'Connor had trouble with tops, but
Huybrechts
Huybrechts doesn't.
Kim Huybrechts. Then William to
And we'll level at one apiece here. O'Connor made a total of 4 appearances on the European circuit last year. Like I say, he had that run to the last 8 in Munich. That was his best performance. He played at Van Goen again in Riesa. Went closer that time, lost only 6-5. As Huybrechts rattles in at 180. First show of emotion from Kimmy. Brother Ronnie is here as well this weekend. He's in action tonight against Jelle Klaassen. Second match of the evening session, which starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Adrian Lewis getting things underway against John Bowles.
60.
And of course, Gary Anderson, the world champion, and Michael Van Gerwen, the world #1, on stage tonight as well. Peter Wright, ever popular Peter Wright on the European Tour, also in action against Stephen Bunting.
Yeah, good game, that one.
Yeah, it's a good lineup as well.
Looking forward to seeing Michael Smith, Jeffrey de Graaf as well. Really interested to see how Jeffrey de Graaf performs against a Premier League star in Smith.
64.
64 gets Willie O'Connor down to a 2-darter. Kim Huybrechts is not going to take out the 161.
60. Give me a coin.
Really put much of a dent in it. Treble 19 for tops. There's the treble 19. Oh, that's a shocker of a dart.
That's a killer blow. Well, Huybrechts
65.
has got a really good opportunity to break it. No, he needed treble 14 for tops, not to beat.
32.
And O'Connor takes out double 16 for the first time of asking. Just looking at the upsets we've seen so far today, they seem to have been split over the 2 halves of the draw, so it's not really opened up in one particular side as opposed to another. And of course there are some very clear and present dangers lurking anyway, with the top 3 seeds all playing tonight. But the number 4 seed James Wade is on his way home after losing to Joe Cullen.
$139.
So even though we've had a lot of upsets today, it's still not really clear which side of the draw you're better off being in. I suppose avoiding Van Gerwen for as long as you can is the key.
Yeah. Just stay away from the world #1 would be your prime objective, I would think.
Yeah. Like I say, if de Graaf can overcome Michael Smith, that could really open things up.
125.
Certainly could. Mensur Suljovic, Ian White, Jelle Klaassen in that quarter of the draw. I mean, there are threats everywhere you look, and you only have to see how many different winners and different finalists we've had on the European Tour. It just shows that pretty much all of these guys have the capability of going all the way. And how about this, Willie O'Connor?
111.
Well, that would have been for a break, but he is going to come back and have 3 clear darts at tops, because Kim, well, he's going to apply some pressure now, but it might be too little too late.
140.
And there is Jeffrey de Graaf.
Yeah, he's already taken out tops today, William O'Connor. Double 10 though for a 3-1 lead. And Kim Huybrechts has just got something to think about here. A 15-dart lead
Williams to throw first.
and a 15-dart break of throw.
Well, Kim just hasn't got going. I'm a firm believer that Kim plays his best darts when he does get fired up. He's
140.
talks about being an emotional player as the graph looks on. I think he just needs something to happen to G himself up a bit, and maybe he needs it to happen very quickly, because that is Willie O'Connor's first maximum.
100.
He's back in the treble bed again.
137.
A sensible switch down the board.
Give you 126.
4 19s for bullseye. Somehow stayed in the board, that one.
41. If you require 161.
Not ideal, but Huybrechts won't be finishing now.
95. William, you require 85.
In the balance, this one.
Great dart.
Double 10 again, as was the case in leg 4.
And
And in leg 5, he takes out double 10 again. It's an 85 checkout, and it's a consolidation of the break of throw. And it's a 4-1 lead for the qualifier, William O'Connor. And
60.
once again, we have the prospects of another upset on day 2 of the German Darts Masters 2016 here at the Ballhaus Forum in Munich.
96.
The cull of the seeds could well continue.
Well, when I saw Eric Bristow had predicted that 5 seeded players would be knocked out today, I thought it's a bit
bold.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure where he's getting 5 from. We could have 6 knocked out in the afternoon session.
95.
Could be more. What if Jermaine Watermain overturns Chizzy and William
Well,
O'Connor
that
completes
is-
this win?
I was going to say, I did say I wasn't going to make any predictions, but if you
60.
want a surefire, or the most closest thing you can have to a surefire potential upset, I think that's it, definitely.
That's it. You're putting the finger of doom
100.
on
On Jermaine.
Chizzy.
Yeah, I think Chizzy's got his work cut out there.
Do not underestimate the darting savant that is Dave Chizzy.
Ooh.
40.
Well, Huybrechts could do without that wry smile from Kim.
It's been a flat performance from the Hurricane so far. It's just not got
94.
going. None of the bounce, none of the aggression,
None of the swagger.
not much of anything.
99.
William O'Connor has just been
160.
going about his business. He's hit a couple of checkouts under pressure. At other times, he's not been under that much pressure.
88.
What is certain, though, he steps up from yesterday's performance against Saylor.
Oh, yeah,
we said he
significantly.
had to, and it's a significant improvement. Huybrechts not done with just yet, though.
140.
But William O'Connor here,
28.
the Mensur Sulovic for a 5-1 lead.
Double 7. No guide to him there.
14.
And that was a similar one as well. And
44.
O'Connor would have loved to have brought on Mensur as a sub there to take out that double 14 for him. Huybrechts is making hard work of this.
28. William, you require 14.
And it's more opportunities for William O'Connor. I think even he'd have been surprised at how many opportunities he's been gifted by a man who's number 14 in the world.
Oh, he's got it.
And that is a great dart. I mean, the first one was a decent guide. Willie O'Connor just holds his hand up as a sort of an apology. I'm going to apologise about. And he's forgotten he was throwing first.
Yeah, it's a break. Just thought maybe O'Connor would have perhaps split that just to give himself a better chance, but hey, not a problem. Double 7 taken out at the second time of asking, and he's now throwing first for a 6-1 win and a place in the 3rd round here in Munich, and that's not a bad start either.
140.
Well, look, even if K.Huybrechts did suddenly burst into life and start finding his top form, it's a big ask for him to win 5 legs on the spin.
To maintain that over the course of 5 legs.
96.
That's another good switch from O'Connor. Good recovery there as well.
Oh, Willie O'Connor
59.
made the final day of the German Darts Masters last year.
Likes it here, clearly.
Got to the quarter-finals, in fact. Could we see another big charge
140.
from the Magpie? He's left the finish after 3 visits to the board. K.Huybrechts is a long way back.
58. William Uruguay 131.
Well, Huybrechts' last 2 visits, 59 and 58. That's just not any sort of pressure whatsoever for William O'Connor to have to deal with.
91.
And he's inching towards the finish line here. And he is now an overwhelming favourite for a 6-1 win.
Well,
It's all well and good.
he may be going with a bang rather than a whimper, but it looks like he definitely is going, K.Huybrechts.
Or is he? Not yet.
No score.
He might
Uruguay
steal this leg.
64.
Tops he wants then.
44.
Couldn't afford to miss that one.
William Uruguay 40.
I'll say again, well, it looks like he'll definitely be going home. And Willie O'Connor hits double 10 again. It's a 6-1 victory. And Seedergeddon continues at the German Darts Masters. 7 players through to the last 16 this afternoon. Only one of them is a seeded player. That is the number 7 seed Ian White. William O'Connor, Joe Cullen, Chris Dobey, James Richardson, Kevin Painter and Christo Reyes